Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. This is the first game development stream of the year for the channel, and it has been a very strange day for me. Sorry about that, I need to get my phone charger.
Hello everyone.
Oh god,
Welcome.
forgot to unmute on my phone. It's been a very strange day and week. Had very little free time because of some emergencies, unfortunately. But hopefully those should be done after today. We'll see. Nothing too serious. Just stuff I gotta take care of. Alright. It's been a bit since I've done one of these. So I need to open this up and take all that off. Should have done this beforehand. I think I'm ready to go, so let's go ahead and begin. So very first thing that I want to talk about before I get started, this is like the first regular stream week of the year. Last week was a little different, but more or less the new stream schedule has kicked in. But I want to talk about something that came to my attention yesterday, and that's like whenever I bring up the leave a like, comment, and subscribe, thing that every content creator does, and I want to say, I hope that I'm not being like, annoying when I say it, because it is important. I need to do it, and I need to do it every so often, because it is very important to help the channel grow. To remind people, if you're watching, please leave a like. In reality, god damn it, you should definitely leave a like if you feel like the content was enjoyable. So I'm gonna stop bringing it up entirely. Like during the streams, I'm not gonna say it anymore. I'm not gonna say, hey, reminder to please leave a like on live stream. I'm done with that. I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'll do it at the beginning and then at the end. And then in videos as well, I'm gonna start doing it only one time instead of twice. But I just, for the regulars especially, to remind you, please, without hesitation, without me saying it, you should be doing it. It helps a lot. Supposedly, that commenting doesn't really matter anymore. As much, it's now all about watch time and likes, so leaving a like is super easy. Like, that's barely any effort. Oh, and then there was something else I wanted to look at and I totally forgot. Audience. This came to my attention yesterday thanks to another fellow content creator named Zach Nafane. I'm trying to remember how to look at it. But basically, for him, there it is. I'll show it. I'm going to show you my channel page here a little bit, but there's nothing here bad that I shouldn't show you. This part right here is incredibly important, and this is why I remind you guys constantly to please leave a like and subscribe, especially the subscribe thing. Right here, 75% of my viewers are not subscribed. That is insane. And I don't want to show this because it'll show you my revenue and all that. Overview. In the last, let's say 90 days. In the last 90 days, I've had 187,000 views. That is insane. That's 75% of those people, of those views, are from unsubscribed people. So I'm going to tone it down, but please keep that in mind. If you're a regular viewer and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. It makes it easier for you to find the channel. Leave a like on all content. It helps tremendously. If you want to leave a comment, that's great. I would be really appreciated. But also, watch time is very important. I'm not going to bug you about watch time for streams, because I know that's a lot. That's a big ask to watch several hours. But for videos especially, watch time If you can watch it all in one go, in one viewing session, please do. If not, I totally understand. So with that being said, moving forward, I'm done bringing up the like and comment and all that. I believe that there is like a timer that comes up through Nightbot that will remind you, but I'm just gonna let Nightbot handle it. Every so often it'll say please leave a like. That's it. I'm not gonna do any of that anymore, and I will refrain from doing it twice on videos from now on. I believe once is enough, and I'm gonna just do it at the very end. Do I need Chrome open? I'll leave the design doc and the technical doc open just in case, but I doubt it. But I think I'm ready to go now. Okay, so let's talk about... First, let me do a brief summary. This will be a really good thing to practice every stream from now on. Summarize the game concept near the top of the stream so that hopefully anyone's watching for the first time knows what's going on. So what I'm doing, what is my screen currently? Because I can't look at it. Hello, Olga, welcome. Bill Collector, welcome as always. Okay, so what this game is, Vessels, is kind of like a job simulator meets kind of like a horror game. Some of the inspirations are games like Phasmophobia, Lethal Company. I'm taking some inspirations from Resident Evil and some from Stalker as well. And you are basically an explorer. You're looking for special artifacts that contain spiritual energies, and all the energy that these artifacts contain, which they're called vessels. It's all based off of negative emotions, so like sadness, fear, pain, that sort of thing. It's going to play into the lore of why it's only specifically those types of energies that create the vessels. You're hunting them because they have value to them, for various different reasons. And it's basically going to play like a job simulator, but there's going to be story for each major location, and also a player-based story to the character that you're going to be playing as. So it's going to be similar to like a lot of the job simulator games that you're playing and seeing nowadays. It's a very popular genre in the indie game community, indie games industry, I guess you could say. So that's more or less it. I'm gonna practice that because it's really good idea to do that every time to remind myself and also the viewer, especially if you're new or if you're returning, what I'm making. And I'm starting mostly on the basic stuff right now for the first milestone. In fact, I just remembered I need to open up the Asana board because I need to reschedule everything. This milestone is already way behind, so I'm gonna show it on screen here. Unfortunately, I got the double screen now. I don't have to like worry about not showing you sensitive things because I do work for another game company and I don't want to share sensitive things. Ooh, I hope that doesn't affect the current board. Hopefully not. All right, so milestone 2 or 1, I mean. So the first milestone is, for the most part, getting the things that I want to be interacted with to work. So items, objects like doors, cabinets, drawers, dressers, light switches, anything that can be interacted with needs to be done for the first milestone, because that's a bulk of what you're going to be doing. That will also include like the inventory, picking up items, dropping items, consuming items, reading and inspecting items, also a design doc, which is already ongoing, and a technical doc, which is ongoing. Those aren't obviously like, those are basically just continuous. Those goals aren't going to be finished. The second milestone is working on like the actual gameplay mechanics. So like, what are the effects of consumables? Possibly even like some of the equipment items, maybe getting like the flashlight or the lantern working, getting the player health working, and a visual bar for that as well. And some of the like post gameplay mechanics, like your bills, your expenses, and stuff like that, and paying for that, and also spiritual cleansing, which is required for keeping your mental health in check, because your mental health is your health in this game. If it, because you're exploring places that are essentially haunted, you want to make sure your mind is spiritually cleansed between vessel hunts. So that's a core part of Milestone 2. It's like the core gameplay mechanics. And 3 is when I'm going to start working on the levels, the level structure. So like the story tied to the location, and then also locking things behind the story, so you can't like breeze through the whole breeze through the whole thing in one go. Obviously there's going to be puzzles and keys you're going to need to get and complete and get in order to progress through a level. Basically all the core gameplay loop structured from gameplay to post gameplay, seeing all the menus pop up for the things you can do, the markets, the inventory management and stuff like that, buying and selling stuff, and also the story and lore Bible, which will hopefully come in handy post Milestone 3. But I think for the most part, these 3 milestones are for the MVP. So that's the minimum viable product, what I want done in order to get this thing out for early access. That's what I plan on doing. Because of the holidays, this is already at least a month or 2 behind. Because I've only been able to work on this like maybe 3 times in the last 2 or 3 months. It's not a lot. I need to push this back. So today is the 8th. Assuming I maintain the stream schedule for this, there's going to be a stream on the 22nd, February 5th, February 19th, March 5th. Let's do... I'm thinking that I can end the milestone on a Friday. Oh no, let's do Saturday. So the milestone will end the Saturday after. So March 8th. So it's now a month later. Okay. So that's that. And same thing here. And there's definitely gonna be more delays later on, because I know in sometime February, March, Winter Mute for The Long Dark's gonna be fully released finally. That will probably cause some delays. Alright, so March 5th, that's the last stream for Milestone 1, hopefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do... Is this part 5 or part 6? This is part 7. Shit. Where are we at again? March 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 7. So the 14th of June. So this one's not that big of a delay. If I find that this particular milestone is a lot more work intensive than the previous one, which I think it will be, I will definitely extend it again. If I can get this game out in early access by the end of this year, I would actually be very happy with myself. Alright. And there will probably be more tasks added to this. So these are overarching tasks. I break them all down into sub-tasks down here. And then March 14th. Or May 14th, sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Honestly, let's give myself 2 extra. 8, 9. So September 20th. And again, this is gonna get delayed for sure. There we go. I have never, this is my first time taking this seriously, making a game by myself. So I'm going through everything for the first time. Planning ahead is crazy. And I'm already accepting the fact that that is all going to get delayed again. I guarantee it. Alright, so The last time I got interrupted partway through the stream, actually it was more like 2.5 hours in, by the announcement of the sequel to The Long Dark. So ignoring that, I was in the middle of getting... What the hell is this song? Getting item functions set up. Basically, what each item type can do. Whether if you can pick it up, obviously you can pick them all up, drop them from inventory, consume them, read them, that sort of thing. It's not done. Wait, yeah, it's not done. Why is this completed? This is not done. Hold on. You ain't done. Get back up there. The rest of that is something I will be doing off stream, because it's I think it'll get kind of boring if I keep doing the same thing over and over again. I think with each stream I want to try to start something new, and then off stream I will finish it, essentially. So this time, I need to start this. What this is, item inventory icon, more or less, it's the widget that pops up in your inventory that represents each item. It's a button essentially, and it's gonna require a lot of work to put this together, and I have to do this before I do anything else. This is blocking me from doing the inventory itself, and also blocking me from setting up the tooltip. Once this is done, then I can start working on all the inventory stuff, which is the remainder of this, except for the puzzle parent. That I need to start working on, I think, off stream. Start working on how puzzles are gonna work. Oh, there are no sound effects, Bill Clicked. I'm sorry. We're not doing that today. Not on game dev streams. Alright. So I think I can safely put this in started. Okay. Let's put this over here. Alright. So I had this open already. This is a mock-up of the inventory I started a while ago. I did just a minor adjustment. I just made this bigger. This is now extended exactly at the halfway point of the screen here. So 960, because this is 1980 or 1920. My bad. And 1920 by 1080, so it's about halfway across the screen. That was the only change I made there. Excuse me. And then I thought, if these are basically the inventory icons, the widgets that are going to pop up. These are the individual buttons for the inventory. So each one's going to represent an item. If you click on it, I got to change this song. What the hell is this? When you click on one, I was imagining what is it going to do? Because it's a button. It has to do something. So that basically required me to decide how are we going to interact with the items in the inventory. And I had a thought. So this is what I want to happen when I click on a button. I'm going to zoom in first. So when you click on this button, say there's a button there that I can click on in Unreal. Click on it, and then this happens. It kind of grays out a little bit. That might not be necessary. We'll see. But maybe I'll just do like a highlight to show which button has been pressed around the button. But the purpose of the graying out would be to prevent you from clicking other buttons in the background by accident. I don't want that to happen. So I will have to figure out how to do that. I mean, I know how to do it, but like visually, how am I going to do it? So now I have this button clicked, and it's going to pop. These little buttons are going to pop up on the side, which will do a specific action. Read, which is basically inspecting the item so you can see what it does. Consume, if it's a consumable. Drop the item, or I don't know, whatever. There might be more than 3 functions. I wasn't sure. There's going to be so there's out of inventory functions or uses, and then there's in inventory ones, and they're going to be a little different. But out of inventory, there's pick up and inspect. That's one. Read, which is just look at the details, text, essentially. consume if it's a consumable. If it's not a consumable, then you can't consume it, obviously. And then put it back down. Those are the 4 uses outside of inventory. In inventory, you're going to have inspect, which is basically read. Again, consume. And I think drop. Actually, it might only be 3. But obviously some things you can't consume. So it only might be 3, but you know, I just added a 4th one just in case there was more, but I don't think there is going to be more. So then if you re-click the middle, if you click the button again, the one that you clicked on, it disappears, like that. It'll go back to normal. Or I'll do like escape or something like that. But basically you click on it, it sets it up like that so that you can interact with the little buttons to actually choose what to do with that item. Click it again, it goes away. Underhill has a game idea. All right, go ahead and drop it in the chat. Drop your whole design doc. I will make sure to steal that idea. I'm kidding. That is, you know, that's the idea of how this button is going to work. Obviously, it's not gonna look like a black square, but that's what I got to start on today. I think I did start it at some point. Let me open Unreal. Right, you're not seeing this? You can see it here. I'm teasing it, but I don't want to show it because there's some sensitive information here. Leroy Jenkins Simulator. Let me know if this is too loud, the music. I'm actually going to turn down a little bit, just a smidge. I was working on this earlier today. Working on another interactable object. Actually, it's right here. I totally forgot about it. Sign in with your Epic Games account to access Fab. Oh, right. Because of the Fab, whatever it's called, marketplace thingy here. All right, let's keep the player character open, and I'm gonna put it over here on the side. Actually, hello Daniel, welcome. Remember everyone, no sound effects because this is a game dev stream. All right, so this is like the start of the interactable object. I was actually really proud of myself for getting this to work. So for the door, I had to do quite a bit of coding to like get the collisions to work, because for the door there's 2 different types of collisions. It works differently, obviously, but there's also there's like a door type you can select, and that actually changes the model. But also, depending on how big the door is or how small, the thickness of the door, I had to change I had to change the position of the collisions, the size, so that all matches perfectly with the door. And I wanted to see if there was an easier way of doing it. There was, for what I wanted to do with these. So these are basically going to be like cabinets, drawers, chests, boxes that you can open. Basically anything that you could search for items. This is only the start of it. So I took that same concept and I found an alternate way of doing it. I'm not going to show it because, you know, it's code. It's basically a more refined version of this. But the way I did it for this won't work on this, because this works differently. But at least I was able to, you know, refine the code a bit. So for this, what it does is it takes the size of the mesh and adjusts to that size. And then all I had to do is change the position a little bit, and it matches perfectly the size of the mesh, the box. See the collision around it? Which is perfect. I'm so happy with myself for that. I can't wait to get working on that, because that's a big core part of this. I'm just going to put it on the side here. And also, these assets that I selected are... I'm hoping that they work with the post-Soviet level. I haven't really done a lot of work in the actual level yet. I'm gonna have to soon, because there's some... Obviously, I need to make it nighttime in that level, but there's some weird lighting and post-processing going on in that level. It makes it look like I'm a deer standing in headlights constantly. because of how bright it is. I don't know why. And it, for some reason, all these assets, which definitely should work, because these are like more rustic, more these are all, some of these are Western. Like this is like an old West themed pack. Okay, I guess it needed to render a bit better, but these should work for the post-Soviet level. Maybe I'll pick and choose which ones to use, but the post-Soviet level for some reason has some really bad lighting and post-processing. It makes the materials look a different color. I don't know what's going on, but that's something for me to do off stream. All right, let's get started on the inventory widget. Okay, so I don't think I've started it. Let me just double check. No, that's different. I think that's from when you pick it up. I might not even use it at this point. Oh yeah, and let's check what's going on here with the item. This is what I was working on last time. I get it all for the most part working. I can't get the rotation right. It's like based on the forward of the item. I want it to be based on the forward of my rotation. I need to figure that out. It doesn't quite work perfectly, but it works. Also, what's cool about this is that what you're seeing, what I'm rotating right now, is not the item I picked up. It's an item that's attached to my camera. It's invisible right now, but when I click on an item, it makes it visible and it switches it to whatever I clicked on. And then when I put it down, it makes the one on my camera invisible, but it makes this one visible again. It's really cool how this works. I never thought that this would work, but it works, and it's really cool looking. Knowing how the code works, it's really awesome. Visually, it looks like any other game. I just want to get this rotation fixed at some point. Yeah, so I can pick up, drop, pick up, read. So when I read now, this comes up. Obviously, it's placeholder, but I'll eventually fix it. So when you read an object, the take and drop buttons become invisible. You can't even click. So I can't even... Oh. Okay, I need to make sure I can't do that, because I should not be able to do that. Okay, good to know. I should write that down as a bug. And then consumables can be consumed. Oh, I read by accident. Middle mouse is consumed. There we go. All right, so that's taken care of. Let me write that down in the bugs section. Can take items when reading them. Yeah, that's a really nasty bug. That's a simple fix. Did you do the crackhead challenge, Daniel? What? I could tell you in Unity, but it's probably self.forward versus world.forward. Yeah, I'll figure it out at some point. It shouldn't be too difficult. Working with forward in Blueprint's a little different. Almost bill collector. What is going on? What's this about a crackhead challenge? I feel like I don't want to ask. All right. So let's work on... Have I not started this at all? I don't think so. I guess not. Levels. I'm just gonna make sure. Player. I guess not. So... Yeah, I want to keep all my HUD in the HUD folder. Even though this is for the item specifically, it'll be better in here, so it's all in here. So user interface, widget blueprint, w_item. Yeah, whatever this was, I'm gonna redo that essentially. So we need a canvas. Done this a billion times, I feel, but I still can never remember. Okay. I'm thinking of the hierarchy here. So we have the canvas. The first thing is, I think, the button. Because this whole thing is a button, essentially. Yeah, let's do 100, 100. No. Trying to remember how this works. There it is, I think. There it is. Okay. And I'm gonna anchor it to middle. Hopefully that's correct. I should make it bigger though. I don't know how big I'll need to make this. Okay, hold on. Let me actually make sure this is like right. So if I were to base this off of this, I am talking about a... I wish this was easy to figure out, but here, let's do this. Snap to grid. Okay, it's less than 125. So let's do 120. 120 by 120. Now this is based off of this. This is definitely not final, but I think 120 would be good. 120 by 120. Don't save this. Okay. Perfect. What is it, phone? Shut up. Oh, you're doing a Project Zomboid challenge. Got it. Okay. Well, I installed Walta's product. Yep, that makes sense. Okay. I'm gonna leave this as is for now. Excuse me. So visually in your inventory, all you're gonna see is the icon of the item. Jesus. Item button. The actual button needs to have its own, you know, how do I describe this? It's definitely not going to look like this, but I'm going to leave it as is, as if this was what the button looked like, and then there's a picture in there. So image goes in there. It's definitely going to be bigger than that. It's definitely not going to be like that. I've run into this issue so many times. What I need is, I think, a placeholder. Something that's 64 by 64. Oh, that's literally just gray, idiot. Sure, why not? Image size. Why? Fucking hell. It's definitely something. Is it this? Ah. Okay. Huh. Okay. So then if I were to make this background button like white square with an outline, basically, or black square with an outline, doesn't matter, I could just do this. That makes it smaller. Oh, this would have saved so many headaches. Okay, now I know how to do that. Let's make this a different... Oh, no, hold on. Let me make this something different. Let me see if I can find something that kind of matches what I want to do. I don't think so. No, that's fine. That's fine. We're just gonna leave everything. Everything's gonna be placeholder. Okay. This is absolutely gonna need to be a variable. This is gonna be a variable as well. Item icon. What did I do in here? Basically, I'm gonna copy some things from here. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna have to look at this because there's some important code in here. So when you take it, we're saving the item or adding an item. That open this over here. So we added it to the inventory variable on the player. What next? Oh, this is the wrong thing. There it is. Create item icon. There it is. Okay. Got it. Well, I'm no longer using this. Okay. So that is no longer going to get used. I can disconnect that and that's fine. Shouldn't be a huge issue. So this is the variables that we're going to need basically. Yeah, so I need to store the mesh as well. Cuz in order to drop this item and it to appear physically, I need to store the data for the physical asset, which is the mesh. So all of this needs to get stored onto here. The easiest way to do that is this. There we go. And then we can delete those because they're right here now. Okay. So what I need to do now is kind of think the order of everything. The moment you open your inventory, what happens? So really, in reality, I need all of these to be set upon inventory being opened. I'm trying to think of how I could do that. I've done similar things, not for inventories. Okay. So I'm trying to think, is it better for each one of these to do it by itself? That could be like no orange right now. Only spooky music, apparently. Most of it's spooky music. Okay. Is there a construct for this? Oh, I guess this is construct. Okay. Get the icon set image. Hold on. Oh, set brush. Set brush from asset. That asset is... Oh, right. I guess it didn't... It thought there was already one. Never mind. Item... Icon... Can't be the name, though. Icon... Asset. There we go. Spoopy. Seriously though, what's up with all the spooky music today? It's January? Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing for... Well, the button itself is going to be the same no matter what. I will preset that. So that's the only thing that I need to visually change upon construction. I don't like spooky music. Like I'm not the type of person that just listens to spooky music when it's October. Have you seen that film yesterday? It sucks. Oh. I don't know what you're talking about. No idea. Okay, I need to refamiliarize myself with this. Because this is the item data variable. This is what contains all of the items and the data for it. Okay. So it's blank for a reason. Because there's no items in here. I'm like having a brain fart, but not really. I know what I need to do, but I'm trying to like put the order of what I need to do in my head. It's not working. Because I've done similar things before. Where you're transferring data from one thing to another thing and then loading that thing. I think I do need to get the inventory up and running now. So I guess my better judgment, I should do that now. All right. Yeah. I think that'll make this a lot easier. And I think it'll be a lot easier if I create... Yeah, I've done this before where I think I need to create some fake items in here to test it. Let's test it. With just some fake items. That's fine. Oh, and I don't think I added that thing, did I? I did something very similar to this recently. Basically an inventory, but I do believe I need to add another variable to this that acts like an item ID. I'll do it later. It's not a huge deal right now. Let's just set random meshes. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna set random shit in here. Treasure. I don't really care about the rarity at the moment. Honestly, I don't even think rarity is gonna be a thing, except for vessels. We don't need the item description. Sphere, Android. Let me do 3. This is gonna take a while if I do too many. 3 items. That's all I need, right? Hopefully. And then a consumable. One. Let's make this cone. And then we've got a bad. It just says bad. Okay. Okay, I've got 3 fake items in there. Let's get started on this inventory widget. So the inventory is definitely going to have, what am I doing? Multiple inventory menus to it. Panel. Canvas panel. Let me just focus on the grid. All I need right now is this grid that is going to show up for your items. In fact, shit. Okay. This is getting more complicated now, but hear me out. I've done this before. It should be fine. It should be fine. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I have an inventory that you're going to open up. And on that inventory are going to be multiple inventory menus for different things. Different, I forgot how many there were, but there's going to be more than 2 for sure. So what I need is, I need an inventory, menu, inventory menu. No, never mind. Inventory, the one I made first, is for all of them to appear on screen at the same time. But I will be clicking buttons to flip through them. It'll kind of like, basically when you click on one button, it'll pull up a different menu. But the menus are always there. They're just becoming visible or invisible. So this is item inventory. Okay. So the hierarchy is inventory, and then there's going to be a bunch of inventories in inventory. There's going to be item inventory. There's going to be a bunch of others. I'll figure it out. And then within the item inventory itself is the grid. So in here, we're going to have the grid. So save everything. Let me start working on the item inventory, the grid. Let me close everything. Yeah, that's fine. Let me reopen that actually, but I'm going to put it over here on the side. I don't need the searchable container item. I don't need this old inventory item widget. I don't need the item parent. Okay. I wanted to make some toast earlier, but there was only half a slice of bread. Yikes. Well, I don't think you can make toast with just one slice of bread. Okay. I'll figure out the placement for this eventually. So we're going to do a grid. Grid panel. I don't know how big to make this, but we're just going to make it. Oh, okay, so what's the inventory size? It's 120 by 120. How many rows and columns was there? I don't remember. Five by 5. Okay. So let's do. I'll probably change it eventually. Math, but not in my head. 120 times 5. That's 600. Plus, say, 15 space in between for each. So 15 times 4, 660. Okay. 660 by 660. It'll probably get changed eventually. That's fine. You could make Toasty bits. No! Don't do that. Is this centered? I can't tell. So the center would be 960, which should be right there. But the height is gonna be difficult to figure out. That's fine. Let's do that just in case. Anchor it to the left side. Minus 340. Let's do a whole number there. Okay. So that's the grid. There is a way to like add to this and adjust the size of it. So on event construct. Okay. Where's the character? Where's the player character? There it is. Oops. I need this. We need a button to open the inventory. Fun. Let's set that up. I don't remember where this goes. First person input. Default. So, we need to make the action first. So, where would that be? I guess I could type it. Input action. God, I hate this. IA underscore inventory. Bool. I don't think you need to change anything in this normally, unless it's not a bool, but I want it to be bool. So we got a new one. Go there. IA. Oops. Inventory. Do I need to set the button? Yeah, I need to set the button. What am I talking about? Or is that in here? Oh, that's in here. Okay. Tab. That's like the standard, right? Any game that does I and only I needs to be shot into the sun. It's tab and or I. Both at the same time would be ideal, but tab. I will die on the hill. Okay, so this is all item interaction. Let's start a new section just for this. How does it go again? Enhanced input. Really? Inventory. There we go. This is bigger than it needs to be. So I learned you definitely want all of these to be on started and not trigger, because when it does trigger, not only does it activate when you click down, but it also activates when you click up. So it basically reverses itself. We don't want to do that. So started is ideal. So on started, we need an inventory menu ref, and that is inventory. This one. I need to maybe rename that. That's gonna get confusing. So basically what we're doing here is I'm setting it all up so that when the player presses the tab button, not only does the player create the menu, the inventory menu in front of them, it also sends all of the relevant data into the menu, which will then get distributed to all the other menus. That way I don't need to like do multiple castings for the data, which would require, you know, it's an intensive, like a processing intensive thing. It's better to have it in one place, a centralized location, aka the player, which should have all this data already. The player opens inventory and all that data gets transferred over to the inventory, and then all the inventory menus can then change depending on what data is received. That way I don't need to do cast to player, whatever it's called, first person. I don't need to do this every time for every button. Not smart. It would basically slow the game down to a halt, especially if you have issues running the game. We don't want that. So let me rename this because this is going to be confusing. So inventory. No, I don't want to do inventory menu. Inventory. Don't know what to call it. Because item inventory is for items. Let me open this up. I keep closing it like an idiot. This is a really handy tool. It's visually what I want to do here. What am I doing? Actually, let me not keep it open. Let me export it just temporarily. Vessels inventory. That way I don't have to have this open at all times. Beep boop. Oh, it's in here. So basically, item inventory will be the first, and it'll be the default inventory to open. When you click on inventory button here, that'll keep the item inventory open, or it'll open it if it's not open. Equipment will open the equipment inventory. Player stats will open the player stats menu. Notes will open the notes menu. So basically, yeah, I guess the thought process is I'm separating. So inventory is for vessels. Oh, materials for crafting, consumables, and what is? Oh, I forgot. Other, maybe. We might not need that because equipment will have its own dedicated menu, and then notes, which are piece of paper, journals, newspapers, diaries, all that will get its own menu. Okay, so that's the idea with this. The top of the hierarchy for the inventory. Inventory. Let's just call it menus. I'll think of a better name later. Menus. In the menus will be a menu switcher to switch between the different menus. Inventories, whatever. Widgets. There we go. Let's call them widgets. That's what they are. So this variable will be inventory menus type. Okay. So I'm gonna get this. Is valid. This is a very good question to ask. Is this reference valid? Does it exist? If it does not exist, we are creating it. We are creating the widget. This is basically a logic question. You're asking the game if this inventory menu reference is empty, meaning it exists in the game and it's been connected to the player through this reference, this variable. If it does not exist, then we are creating that inventory menus, and we are setting that as the reference, and then we are adding it to viewport. That is very important because that way you can see it on screen. Otherwise, you won't be able to see it. If it already is valid, we are removing from parent, which basically effectively deletes it. It removes it off the screen. And we're also setting this as an empty variable reference, meaning the reference is now invalid for the next time you click this button. And let's where did I put that? I think it's over here. And then let's just do a quick test here. Please. Right. Okay. Now we should know if this works or not. Yeah, this should be good. This is how we test it to make sure that exists. So remember, this is where all the different menus are going to go eventually, but this is how we're going to test to make sure that this works. Tab, testing. Tab, untesting. Well, you know what I mean. It's gone. So now we know that works. And that's how that is valid works. We're asking it, does it exist? If it doesn't, make it exist. If it does exist, make it unexist. That's a weird way of saying just remove it, but whatever. In game. Okay, cool. So we can delete that. And let's go ahead and just add this to, yeah. I think it's called a switch. Yeah, widget switcher. Let's put it at the top left. And then size it to be the size of the screen. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this to actually like always match the size of the screen, no matter the aspect ratio and all that. That's a pain in the head. I'll figure that out later. I think it's supposed to be this, but I've done that before and then it like freaks out. But we'll leave it as is. And then inside the widget switcher, we are going to add Item inventory. That is gonna get confusing. Item reward obsolete. I think that was the original idea. But you cannot put parentheses. Fuck me. Boklect, you can't do Clank. I keep telling you, stop trying to do Clank. It's not gonna work. We're not doing that for game dev streams because these are more serious. These are more serious with the Halloween music and all that. All right. We can get rid of. What did I do? I labeled the wrong. I relabeled it. Didn't I? Item inventory. This is the one I wanted to rename. Let's just label it obsolete. There we go. That's how I know. Because I'm not even using it anymore. And if I delete it now, I believe something will break. I can't go one day without it. Well, look up the sound effect yourself. You went 2 days without it. What are you talking about? What about Monday and Tuesday? Okay. Okay. Something went bye-bye. There it is. Alright, we got our inventory, item inventory here. Okay, cool. So we can just leave this as is for now. Because we're not working on this anymore. I didn't accidentally press record or anything. No. I want to make sure I'm not like pressing record by accident. Okay. So actually it might be a good idea to add more to the item data because I want to make sure that this actually sets up the correct number of rows even. So let's make sure there's at least 6 items. That way I know when the 6th item is added, there is there's a new row is created instead of it continuing to add to the right side. We want the 5th item to be the last one and then the 6th one to come back down to the bottom left, essentially. Not equipment. Oh, I guess so. Ingredients are what materials are. Okay, got it. So then eventually I will get to item sorting. So consumable, treasure. Yeah, treasures are other valuables that aren't vessels. Got it. Okay. I'm trying to refamiliarize myself with this item type because I haven't touched this since like the 1st or 2nd stream. I don't remember. Let's make you a sideways cylinder. There we go. Do another vessel. Trying to just pick a random shape. Cube, I guess. And I'm selecting shapes because I want this, if I were to drop it eventually, it'll drop as the correct shape or mesh that I set. But that's not something I'm doing today. And we'll do another, we'll do a note. Doesn't matter. Right now it's not sorting anything out. It eventually will sort out notes and equipment. Those will get their own menu. Let's get like another shape. No, let's not do that. There's only so many shapes. Alright, we'll do macaroni. It looks like macaroni. And then green guy. Okay. So that's 6 items. Let's start populating this with item. Oh, okay. So now we've created. Okay, God. One step at a time. We've created the inventory. Now the inventory. That's the wrong thing. Needs its reference. So I do need this back. All of its information. Words. So let's just create item data. That is coming from the player. And that's going to be an array. That's going to be open. No, instance, editable, expose and spawn. Looks a little different there. So now that should be here if we refresh this. There it is. So we're taking player data, the item data, I mean. We're going to put that, or we're going to inject that into the inventory menus. And the item inventory, actually all of the inventories will need this, I think, right? Except for the player stats. That'll be, yeah, I think that'll be different. But item inventory will also need this. Yeah. Same thing. I'm trying to think. Eventually this will slow down to the point where you will visually see a change. So I will have to make an adjustment to that later. Like fade the inventory in just enough so that you can't see the switch from when it looks empty to when it's actually filled up with all the correct items and icons and all that. That'll be a headache for later. So inventory menus. We're gonna take the hell. This will need to be a variable. Is a variable. Set item data. I think this is the best way to put it, in quotes. Not in quotes. Question mark. That's what I meant to say. This might not be the best way of doing it, but that's what I'm gonna do for now. It'll probably be an issue later. We want to clank. No, you're not gonna clank. I'm gonna ban all of you if you start doing this at the same time. Okay. So now this has the data. This is going to take the data on construct for each loop, for each entry in the data array. We're going to create a, no, not create. We're going to take grid panel is variable. Bill collector, I'm actually serious. Please stop, because that's essentially spamming with multiple accounts. Add. I think it's add child to grid. Oh, I did this recently where I had to like figure out the calculations for which row to put it in. Grid row? Grid column. Can never figure out how to spell column the right way. I don't know why. That and math. God damn it, Bill Collector. I know it's a character and all, but like, please, can you stop? Like for now, like this specific stream, it is kind of annoying. we are adding. Oh shoot, we have to create. Right? Yeah, we have to create a widget and add it. And then add it to this. Yes, perfect. Hopefully that's right. Widget item. And then the item itself needs the item data as well. But, oh shoot, I have it broken down here. Okay. That should be fine. Let me flip the order of this. Okay. Item data. Let me move this out of the way. So that is going to get acquired from here. Oh, perfect. Oh, that doesn't need to be an array. There we go. Okay. Let me try to remember how to do this row and column calculation. So, row is going to start at 0. Obviously, column is also going to start at 0. Okay, row would be row. Column is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, with each one added, we are... Hold on. We're going to add this to 0, 0, and then we're going to set... We're going to plus plus. We're increasing the column number by 1. And then we're going to do that 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 will turn it from 0 to 1. The second one's going to turn it from 1 to 2. Wait. Shoot. Oh, does this work the same way as like... I think it has to start with 1. I don't remember. I think so. Let me leave it at 0 for now. Yeah, I think it starts with 0, 0. Not 1, 1. Okay. So say we're on the 4th item in the array, in this array. Or sorry, the 5th one. This should be 4. Okay, I think, yeah. So every time this equals 3, or as, whenever the column number equals, is it greater than or equal? Just to be safe. If it's greater than or equal to 3. Should never be greater than or equal to, or greater than 3 here, but let's just be safe. If it's equal to 3 at the very least, we want to do something else. If it's not, then we are adding 1 to the grid column. If it is 3, shoot. No, 4. Because that would be the last one. Yeah. 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the 5th item. When this column number is 4, we're doing something else. So we're going to reset this back to 0. And then we're going to plus the row number instead. I'm just going to do this. This is going to be a headache here. Plus the row number. And then it'll repeat. So now we're at 0, but we're on the first row, which is actually the second row. It should theoretically do that forever. But eventually I'm going to add a scroll bar here. So you won't be able to see past the 5th row. I've made it, hopefully I've made it the right size for that. Eventually I will add a scroll bar for that. I'm kind of sort of mimicking what the long dark does for the inventory, because I like the grid visual for the inventory. So that's what I'm trying to do here, kind of. Obviously, it's not copying because the long dark isn't the first game to do that. But I like that setup, so that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to think, is this gonna work? Off the bat, no. Hold on. I don't remember if there's something before this, but I think because it's a widget, it works differently. So this is like right as soon as it becomes a thing, as soon as it starts existing, I think. So I'd rather do this as a function. Oh, that's not the right thing to do. Function. Set variables. Or I guess set data. That's fine. Nope. I just realized I should probably turn off Steam. I don't even know why Steam's open. Setting. We're gonna do this manually. This is kind of the way I do it. I'm sure there's an easier way to do it. But I'm essentially making sure that all the data is being passed through. And later on, when things start to be apparently slower than they are, because eventually this will all slow down as I build the game, I will try to mask it so you don't see the moment that this is all like loading. There we go. That is not right. Shoot, what is this? Texture 2D. Oh, brush. That is texture 2D. Now what happened there? Right. So, hold on. Set asset from... No, set brush from texture. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, got it. And then we could just copy this over, actually. Put this here. Since this is getting set right here, might as well just plug it into here. Ah, right. Set brush from texture. Image will change its size to texture size. If false, texture will be stretched. No, yeah, false. Because I'll make sure that all of the icons are the same size, and that size is preset. Okay. Yeah, this should work, because at the very least, what it's getting is the one visual piece of information that will make it obvious that it works. That's the 2D asset, the icon. Let me review this real quick. Okay, so The player is creating the inventory. We already tested that. The inventory menus, which will contain various menus. At the moment, it only has one. It's going to send in the item data directly in. Then we're going to set the item inventory. The item inventory's version of item data, which is coming from item menu or inventory menus. And then here I am creating all of the item widgets, putting it into a grid, and hopefully the grid kind of, creates itself properly. Let's see if this is the right numbering. I don't remember. Didn't do anything. Okay. Now, why is that? Yeah, nothing. Let me throw this on the left side here, so I can see the code in action. Yeah, it did get created. Okay, so I know it's there. This is where it would help to have something in the background. Border? We'll put the widget within the border. The border will stretch out. Oh god, that's bright. Nope. 1920. That's 1080. No padding. We'll anchor that to the middle. I think that's fine. I think it's this one? Yeah. Yeah, 0.5 is good. Okay, that's how we know. And yeah, that's definitely not right. Will this work? Oh shoot, not that one. No, yeah, that one. Let's see if this works like I thought it would before, but it did. This time. Maybe sometimes it doesn't. So if I were to stretch this, yeah, it does follow the aspect ratio. So it does work. Why didn't it work that one time? All right. That's how I fixed that. Cool. Oh, I know why. I know why this isn't working. I missed a vital step here. Add to grid or viewport. Add to viewport. I think from that, I believe that's correct. You idiot. You forgot the most important part to be able to see the widget. This should work now, so I can move this over. Okay. Still nothing. Let's do this. Oh, I think I know what's wrong. I got it. I think I know what's wrong. So let's do this. Let's not do this, because this won't work the way I think it will. I think this might be invalid. Yeah. Okay, now I remember. Okay, so we're not doing this on event construct because that won't work. Custom event. Set inventory. Set item inventory. Okay. So in here, instead of this is what I'm gonna do. Or I guess we could do straight into that. Okay. Yeah, I remember this was an issue before. I think it's basically trying to do that for loop. No, what's going on here? Oh, I guess this doesn't need to be public? Nope, that's not it. No value will be returned by reference. Okay. No shit. Yeah, I have to still put this somewhere. Why? This has never come up before. Interesting. Set inventory, item inventory. It's not like, oh, an error. It's kind of like a warning, like, hey, this isn't gonna work, but it should work. There it is. I was right. That was the issue. Okay. So the issue was I was trying to do this for loop based off of this item array, item data array. Is there a way to get rid of this? I was trying to do it with an empty array, which basically spits out nothing. It can't do anything because it's empty. Because event construct is as soon as this widget exists or this thing exists, do all this. It's trying to do it without the data that is being inputted from here. This now ensures that it should get it in time. So yeah, that's and it worked too. You can see that it did create the grid correctly. So if I add a bunch more items, this is going to take a long time, but let me add 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just set the icon. That's all I need. I don't need anything else. Does not matter what it is. And I do want to add some padding too, because they don't look great when they're lined up like that, like edge to edge. Bark. Bark, bark. Nope. So it should be 11 items. So it should be 3 rows, I believe, of items, of entries in the data table. Oh, there. Alright, so theoretically it would continue going. Eventually there would be a need for a scroll bar, which I will get to later. Let's go ahead and add some padding to this. Yeah, I guess I can't get rid of that. It's kind of like telling you, this isn't even going to fire because nothing's going to fire it, but it's fine. I just never seen this before. Maybe this is like a newer thing from past 5.0, because like 90% of my Unreal 5 experience is 5.0, which is awful. So obsolete that they gave up on it and just kept going, obviously. But yeah, I'm guessing this is a relatively new feature where it just warns you. I've seen this before, but never for something like this. Because like most code, most events and functions aren't going to fire unless you put it somewhere to be fired. Obviously, without input, nothing would run. Or a lot of things wouldn't run, I guess. But okay. So that math on the right there checks out. It is indeed correct. So I believe I have to add the padding here. Padding? Yeah, set padding. Okay. Yeah, let's do 15 like I wanted to do. No, not wait a minute. Yeah, would this be fine? I see. Okay. Yep, that looks good. Okay, next thing we got to do. Now that we got that running, we got to set the player state here. To item, not in item section, menu. So that's what menu was for, and that's what we're gonna do now that we actually have a menu. Menu is gonna run more or less the same way, except we don't want to toggle this, I believe. No, we don't want to toggle that because that is for the item inspection only. Let me close all this. So all I'm doing is this, I believe. So... okay, so what I can do is do this. No. Hold on. I see. There it is. There it is. Okay. Let's do a little of this, a little of that. We're just reusing this code that's just sitting here. It's basically the same thing that I need up here. I'm gonna just change this up. There we go. Yeah, that's not necessary. Whoops. That's fine. Yeah, so menu, when you trigger menu, you want to disable movement, stop movement immediately, toggle interaction icon visibility. Oh, I see. Okay. So this is set up as a toggle for if you're looking at an item, make it invisible if you aren't. And then when you like toggle it back to gameplay, like regular gameplay controls, make it visible again. That's a little circle on screen because you're looking, or that square, I mean, you're looking at an item. I want to turn it off, not toggle it. So like if it's visible, make it invisible. This is gonna be... It's gonna work a little differently then. So the toggles for this then. It's only for this. Yeah, no commands right now. No commands because this is a game dev stream. Welcome though, Elijah. I don't know if you were here earlier. Shoot. So like basically if I'm looking at an inventory, an item, and I open the inventory, I want that box to disappear and then reappear if I close inventory. But okay, I do have a way to do that. It's the item ref, right? I think it's the item ref. Inspected item ref. Got it. No, not inspected item ref. Item ref. Because inspected means I'm currently inspecting it, which I'm not here. Also I don't want the inventory to be triggerable, toggleable while inspecting an item. Okay. So I need a few checks here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Basically, it's whatever I'm doing here. Player controls, and then the branch. I gotta do this for basically everything. Basically everything. So if the game is currently set to... I don't need the and, I just realized. Yeah, if the game is currently set to gameplay, if it's true, then... Oh, shoot, no. Got it. Okay, so... I gotta tear this apart now. So I need 2 of these now, basically. Yeah, I think so. Hold on. Got it. If we are in gameplay, we want to check is valid if it's false, or if it's not valid. Then we create the widget, the inventory widget. And then we're setting this to, what is it called? Set player controls. Setting the player controls to menu. If this is false, then we're gonna check to see, is this gotta do it again, I guess. Is this menu? If it is menu, check is valid. Is the inventory widget reference valid? If it is, remove it, set the empty reference, set this back to gameplay. That'll prevent you from toggling the inventory while inspecting an item, because that's an entirely different control setup. Got it. Okay. Hopefully that's good. Wasn't last game dev stream interrupted by the Black Frost trailer? It was. Yeah. It was right at the end of it. I can move this over a little bit. I think that's good. Hopefully. And then, so when I'm toggling a menu, screw this. Get rid of this. First, let me just like see what needs to be Why is this like so far over? Okay. Because I can't use this same toggle unless I adjust it. When is this set? Find references. When you're setting it. Okay. So it's whatever you're looking at that is interactable, right? Right, because this is for the interaction capsule. It can only interact with items that have the interaction collision type. Response channel, I guess is what it's called. So if that is valid, that means you're actively looking at an item, which means the let's do, so what is it called? What is it called here? Toggle interaction icon visibility. Toggle menu. Shoot. You know what? I can probably just adjust this. No. No. Actually, okay, so what I'm gonna do is, because it's not only do I want to remove that square in case you're looking at an item, I also want to remove that circle, which is the current placeholder for like the reticle. So toggle menu, right? I'm sure that's like the worst name I could give it. Yeah, toggle HUD elements. Let's just do that. Toggle HUD elements. This is menu specific, not inspection specific. Okay, for inspection, I do want to remove. Shoot. Okay. I will see if I can do this a different way. Because now that I think about it, when I'm looking at, oh shoot. Oh. Did that get disconnected? Is that? Oh yeah, it is. I don't know why. Well, shoot, never mind. When I'm looking at, when I'm inspecting an item, I kind of want that reticle to go away. So I might overhaul this toggle, the original, so that I can pick and choose what to turn on and off. Because this is only turning off the visibility of that square, which eventually will get changed. God damn it, Elijah. You were on a streak, and you had to ruin it. You're banished. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I shouldn't say banished, because that's when I'm actually serious. Yeah. I'm basically doing the same thing. Screw it. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Update this. So I need another thing here. I don't really need to add anything to the input here for the actual function. First, why are you not like up here? Oh, oops, what the hell? Yeah. Okay. I could just take the player controls type, switch. There we go. So this is for item inspection. Shoot, but the set visible is really only for hold on. Where else is this at? Find references. When you're interacting with the if the interaction capsule's overlapping an item. Got it. So this is specifically for that. I don't want to mess with this now. I'm gonna leave it as is. But actually what I will need is basically something similar, but for the menus when I'm switching between gameplay and menu. So I'm gonna do what I was just going to do, but before I deleted it, toggle HUD elements, take this, switch, I guess I don't, there, like that. Now that I think about it, that isn't necessary for the switch. Because I could just plug in the variable itself, but I like the visual of this, like having this selectable here. I guess technically I can't click this because this is like a default thing, but like, oh, I guess I haven't put it in here. I like the visual of being able to select it here instead of going in here. It's kind of nice. I don't know why. Like, I like seeing that. It's not necessary because, again, I could just plug this in directly from here to here. But yeah, I like this. Player, I'm gonna name it right. Controls type. So if we are in, okay. Okay, so we gotta do this before. No, after. Oh, we're doing it after it's already been swapped. Okay. Oh, right. This has got to be menu. And then this has got to be gameplay. We don't need it for inspection because that works entirely different. Was this supposed to be visible? Did I toggle that at some point? No, we want it to be invisible. Okay. Yeah, we want it to be invisible. Okay. This is gonna drive me crazy if I don't do this the right way. The cleaner way. So we only need one of these. It's going to go at the end of both menu and item inspection. So all we have to do is just do this. We don't need two of them. There we go. So we have now entered item inspection. If item ref is valid, meaning the item capsule is currently overlapping something that it can interact with, that means that square needs to be toggled. So I guess this is where I can I? Should I? Yeah, I think I can toggle. Yeah, I think this is where I can reuse that here. So, is valid. I swear, this is like the 5th time we've listened to this today. I don't know. Probably not. If this is valid, toggle it and set it invisible. If it's not valid, don't do anything because there's no reason to toggle something that isn't there. For gameplay, same thing. Similar thing. If this is valid, we want to toggle it. Oh no, set it invisible. Sorry. If this is valid, set it visible again. Okay, and then yeah, let's also get rid of that reticle. It doesn't need to be there. What is this called actually in here? It's text for now. I know. I need to get an actual reticle here in some point. Reticle. Temp reticle. Temp. Idiot. That's not how you spell reticle. Needs to be a variable. Temp reticle. Also toggle that. Visible or invisible. This is wrong. I almost messed it up. Alright. I think this is right. Let me also rotate. Put this all in the order, in the same order across the board here. So 1, 2. Oh, I guess that's first. Hold on. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Let me change it back. I should make sure that the player should be able to move first. Set. Ah, okay. That's the item, the fake item that's on my camera that is acting like the interacted item. Okay. Is that being set to... I'm assuming that's being set invisible somewhere. I don't remember where. set it to empty. Oh, no, I can't click on that. Yeah, I don't remember where that's being set to invisible, but it's got to be somewhere. It's not in here. This is all for the HUD. Anyways, Daniel, after this challenge... Oh, you're talking about, what's it called? Project Zomboid, got it. Okay. Excellent. Excellent, that worked. Cannot toggle inventory. And also the reticle's gone. Ooh, that works smoothly. Love that. Perfect. Oh. Shoot. Nope, there is a problem though. It works, but there's a problem. So, for gameplay, I need to actually... I hate that I'm doing this, but... Yeah, I hate that I'm doing this, but oh well. This is where I would like it if if this and the other HUD toggle could all be in the same function. Oh well. I need this to be visible again, no matter what. Oh. I guess for this, no matter what, I want it to be set invisible. Because I also want the reticle to go away when I'm not looking at an item. Okay. Oh. Oh, shoot. Now when okay. Got it. So I do have to decouple that. I'm gonna have to decouple that. That's unfortunate. What can I do this? What I can do here is this. Set interaction icon. I know it's kind of long, but that's fine. Interaction icon visible, and then this second one is set set reticle visible. There we go. So now I can decouple it properly. So this is only for that. And then this isn't exactly clean. Yeah, it's not exactly the cleanest way of doing this, but first we check for one, then we check for the other. And then we're doing the same thing. Except for the reticle now. Okay. So we're gonna go back here. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of. Okay. So Um, if the gameplay, or if the item is valid, set both the reticle and the interaction icon visible. If it's not valid, always set, or just set this visible. Okay. If we are in a menu and the item reference is valid, set it all invisible. I guess no matter what, always set them both invisible. No matter what. Okay, so we don't need that second is valid. Okay. And now I've got to go to other places where I have this and make sure they have the correct toggles here. So yeah, keep that visible. Set reticle visible. It's already visible anyways, but we're just making sure it stays visible. If we are no longer overlapping an item, keep the reticle visible, but the HUD interaction icon can go away. That's the second one. We are switching to item inspection. Oh, okay. That's fine. So we're switching to item inspection. We no longer need either of them. They can both be gone. And then here we are dropping the item so we can... So when we're dropping an item, we're looking at an item. So we want that to be visible again, as well as the reticle. Reticle... Yeah, okay. And I think that's all of them. Right? Is that all of them? Is it only 4? I don't think that's right. Yeah, and then the 3 that are in here, but okay. Got it. Alright, let's quadruple check this. Okay, HUD is still here, or the reticle's still there. Reticle returns when I leave the inventory and it goes away when I go in. Overlap, item. Stop overlapping. Cool. Perfect. I think that's it. I think the issue was overlapping an item. It would remove the reticle. Okay. Awesome. Sorry about that. Should have a base in the woods at the lake, a fancy house or something else. You should can't you build buildings in Project Zomboid? You should build a building from the Long Dark. That'd be kind of cool. I'm technically haven't done a whole lot in the actual item widget, but we have an inventory functioning, kind of. Can't do anything in it. In fact, I just realized I need the mouse control for this. So I need to toggle mouse set input mode to UI only, I think. This is where this shit gets messy. I think I was trying to do this before. Does not have... Okay, so this is the only one in here. Shit. Instead of doing it here, I'm going to do it over here where I'm creating the widget, the inventory widget. So if I am creating a widget for the inventory, then I toggle... I think it's this. Only lock the mouse cursor to the viewport when the mouse is captured. Always lock the mouse cursor to the viewport. Yeah, I think. I don't know the difference. Really don't. So we're taking... this widget. Well, let's do this from the reference. And then get player controller. And then set input to get. I'm actually confused. What is the default? Hold on. Oh, I've run into a bug. I gotta delete that. This is a very interesting bug to run into. It's only in here for some reason. There we go. I think that fixed it. That's a really weird bug. Oh, game only. There we go. So we're creating the inventory, then we want it to be widget or UI only. I think that's right. Yeah, the mouse came up, but it's not on screen, so that means I gotta play with this. Okay, it's still invisible. When did this move? Huh. Where's my mouse? I feel like this is the correct one, but I don't know. The mouse is like invisible. But it comes up like, yeah, like something's preventing it from becoming visible. Even though it's now like what I'm controlling. I'm no longer controlling the player, I'm controlling the mouse. Does that at least reverse when I exit the menu? I guess because I did UI only, it is now broken because I cannot go back to gameplay. I still need to be able to do gameplay inputs. Set input mode. Game and UI. Will that work? Oh, I think this is it. Hide cursor during capture. No, do not hide it. It's still hidden. I gotta figure this out. Okay, now at least I can reverse it. That's what I wanted. I need to figure out why I can't see the mouse here. Yeah, there's something. I mean, this clearly made it completely invisible. So, something about these settings, but I don't know which one it is. I mean, you can see it right there, right? But like when I go to the actual window, it's gone. Something is actually preventing it from being on screen. Is it this? No. What just happened? Oh. Nope. Same as before. Nope, still gone. I don't know. No idea. Let's do mouse. Set mouse. I will have to look this up probably. Not position. Capture mouse? No. I need to look it up. There's something preventing it. I wonder if it's in the controller? Or the gameplay mode? I don't know. I created this HUD from scratch, so it's not the HUD. Game mode. I don't know. I don't think it's a thing you could toggle. Oh. Show mouse cursor? Is that... Can I just do that? Oh, show mouse cursor. Yeah. Okay. I thought it would be handled by a game in UI, but I guess not. Yeah, here we're removing it. Well. Okay. And this should help me figure out. There it is. Okay. Can I lock it to just the... Just the actual gameplay window here? Yes, there we go. Awesome. That's what I wanted. And these are buttons, remember that. I haven't actually set them up to react to anything, but there we go. Okay, 8:10. I think we can go for just a smidge longer. Just a smidge. You know what, now that I think about it, let me also just create that in as a... this keeps moving. Let me just set this as a excuse me. Let me set this as a toggle event or a function. It'll be better that way. Actually, no, it's fine. Custom event, because I'm gonna definitely need to use this multiple times. Toggle. In fact, the input modes. Toggle input mode. These can come with as well. This can all just get reused later on. But the thing is, it's going to require a widget to focus reference here. So this just has to be generic widget. Widget to focus. And then set to UI only. Oh wait, no, we're never doing UI only. We're setting to game only. No, I want the default to be game only. Set to game end UI. True. I mentioned this a while ago, but when it comes to the branch, like a Boolean check, for some reason, my mind just really likes the false to be the default. So the default should be, in this instance, gameplay input. So I want false to be gameplay or game only. And in that case, that means that the actual Boolean here, or the question that I'm asking, set to game and UI, should read as, should like align with what I want to be default false. So basically I'm asking, do you want to set it to this, the true? No. So leave the default as false. It's, I don't know, it's weird how my brain works sometimes. But I always like the default to be false. That way when I'm like placing these events or functions where there's a Boolean check that I need to set beforehand, I don't have to actually change it. It'll just default to what I want. It'll just automatically set it to false by like normal, and the default is the false for me. So that's good. So yeah, hide the mouse, show the mouse. Cool. This can go somewhere. I guess it can go in here because this is like stuff for the HUD. Is there anything else for the HUD? Technically this, but it's more related to the items. Let me do inventory and HUD. Inventory and HUD. Okay. Underhill. It's not weird. What you are learning is weird. You are better at the interface than me. I have to write the code. Yeah, I haven't done any physical coding in so long. It's not good. I should go back to it at some point. I need to learn C++ in Unreal. I know a little bit and I understand it. I really need to actually like sit down and, even if it's just watching videos on what to do for certain problems, I need to learn C++ in Unreal. It's bad that I keep delaying it because it is one of the most common languages in game development, C++. And not a lot of bigger studios will do this. They won't use blueprints to this extent. But I've learned that blueprints is great for an indie dev and a smaller studio, but bigger studios don't do blueprints for their games if they're using Unreal. They might use a little bit, but it's going to be 99% C++. Okay, cool. And then I can just put that toggle here. Input. So set to game and UI. We do need a reference here. For this, we could just leave the reference as empty because we are not actually focusing on anything, right? No, we're not focusing on any widget here, so we're good. As long as that's false. Can I leave a description? Yeah, maybe? Can I? If false, widget to focus can be empty. What was the point of that? Yeah, I don't know the point of that if it's not going to appear here. Okay. Well, that's fine. Let's just delete that then. I guess it's keywords, not details. I feel like there should be a details section for everything. Especially if it's a custom thing I made. That is true. A good thing is leaving a lot of comments so that you can like label what everything is. Or like leaving, just using the this comment panel to leave a note saying this does this, don't touch it. I usually do that. Like if there's something I don't want someone else to touch when I'm working on a game with someone else, I usually comment it using red. I'll set this to red, and in big letters say do not touch or break, basically something like that. But I'm working on this by myself. I should be fine. I'm making sure I'm commenting as much as I can, leaving details where I can. That should be fine for me. What was the next thing I was going to do? I wasn't sure if I was going to keep going, actually. Because now I got that toggle working. That can work for future menu use. Yeah, that's working. Let's do this real quick. Technically, the background will eventually get changed, but I do want this to at least react to when it's hovered on. Oh. Okay, first I gotta remember set this to image. Always set this to image. I guess it should be reacting because it's got like a different tint. Yeah, you should be able to see something there. Well, unreleased print hello. Oh, it's not even interacting with it. Okay, there is something missing here for sure. It's a variable. Visibility. It is visible. Visible. Oh, not hit testable. Oh, wait, no, self only. Okay. Yeah, we want it to be visible. Focusable is focusable. Ah, I think I know what the issue is. It's this. This border, I think, is somehow on top of the inventory. So this needs to be number 1. So this is the oh, why didn't that work? Oh, hold on. Why doesn't that work? Weird. What? Oh, I guess this can't be attached to the border. I think it's got to be separate. Now this can have its own Z, or there it is. It's the Z order. Got it. Not that, whatever that is. Oh, this is the active widget. Right, there's only one, so it has to be 0. There we go. So now that that Z order is higher, these should now interact. Maybe? Normally when these are buttons, these should work. This should do something. Let's set it to print. Normally when there's an issue where you're not interacting with something that should be interactive, like on HUD, on UI or whatever, it is a Z order issue. I'm just gonna make it 10. The higher the number, the later it should render, which means it'll be higher on top of the on the HUD. Hold on. In here. It might be this. This might be overwriting it. I could close the HUD. Let's just leave this back at 0. So I will set it to 1 when I add it to the viewport. Oh, wait. No, yeah, that's right. Oh, okay. I'm dumb. Okay, there's two things happening here. The HUD is still on screen, even though it's invisible. So that is probably covering the inventory. Maybe? Now it shouldn't. That might fix it. There we go. It was the HUD. So now the HUD is behind the inventory. Hello. Okay, now these are working right. Okay. Jesus H. So it wasn't this black background. So I could re-add it, but at this point, I'll leave it. That's fine. Did I finish this? I don't remember if I've had limoncello before, LaCroix, but oh my god, it is so good. It's like if you've ever had those vanilla flavored Tootsie Rolls, but with lemon flavor. Oh, so good. It's like lemon vanilla. It's so good. I know it's probably fake vanilla flavoring, but it's so good. It's better than regular lemon. I think I like it better than key lime. Such a good flavor. I don't think I've had it before, but damn, I gotta get it every time from now on. Okay. In here. Let's do this now before I forget. The button. If it is not... If you're not hovering on it, it should be... No. I don't want to do it the way I used to. I want it to be fully visible. If you hover over it, I want it to be... partially see-through. And if you click on it, I want it to be desaturated slightly and partially see-through. Let's see how that looks. I'll play around with this, but I'm not a UI designer. Yeah, see, it's like slightly invisible, see-through now, not that much. And now it's... Wait, did I do that wrong? Anyways, it looks good. I think I did it. Never mind. That's fine. That looks good. See? You can tell I'm hovering over it. You can tell I'm clicking on it. Okay, cool. There's actually more to this button than what you can see here. So, no, I said limoncello. It's like C-E-L-L-O. I think that's how you pronounce it. Orange jello sounds good though. Okay. Oh shoot. So I need. So remember this? I closed it like an idiot. Yeah, it's not on the exported version. Hold on. So now we're at this part where I have the grid like set up and everything. It's ready. I'm ready to like move on. Now I need to be able to get this up. So there's another like panel coming up that grays out the rest. It should block you from clicking other things because it'll basically be on top of it, except for the button. Now that I think about it, that's not how that works. Just because there's a hole in it doesn't mean that's how it works. Okay, I will figure something else out. Basically, I don't want any other buttons to be clickable. So maybe I don't need like the overlay. I don't need this. But like I want to prevent when you click on a button, those little white boxes will come up. Those are representing the different options you can do with that item. When you click on it, they come up. When you click off of it, they disappear. That's what I want to do next. So I'm trying to think. How can I... It's not going to work in Unreal. That's not going to translate quite right. Discord changes, please. Getting every inventory button to not be interactable. It's I'm trying to think. I could set them all to not hit testable, which means they will no longer interact with the mouse. Okay, so let's do this. Get rid of this because we don't need this. We know this works. I'm probably not going to get to the whole thing, but I would love it if I can get this down. Oh shit. Please. Okay. So I need it similar to what I did earlier. I need well, I've done it a few times now. I need an event to toggle something. Toggle. What I'm toggling is hit testable. Is it testable? Testable? Visible. Hit testable. Okay. I already forgot. Table. Okay. Hit table. Test table. Got it. Okay. Set to hit testable. So what that actually means is if I'm setting it to be hit testable, visible. I'm actually setting the visibility to visible. So when this button, which is naturally interactable, is fully visible, it will actually interact with the mouse. If you set it to not hit testable, it's still visible, but it no longer interacts with the mouse. Otherwise, if you want it fully invisible, set it to hidden. But we want it to be visible but not interactive. So set to hit testable means set it visible. All right. Let me do this. Now I do actually need this. Gotta connect that there. I guess I don't need to check here if it's hit testable or not because it already does that for me. So now I need to basically transfer references for this menu, I think, to the individual item. So I need an item inventory ref. There we go. We need to expose that. And in here, refresh. And that is self. Orange jello. Yeah, that won't work because we don't have what's it called? Sound alerts right now. We're doing a game dev stream. We don't do sound alerts for these. Okay. It's still screaming that there's an issue, but it's fine. Hopefully. Cool. So now each item widget, these have a reference to the inventory menu, the item inventory menu specifically, not the highest thing in the hierarchy, which is this thing. What does the game smell like? Whatever this smells like. Oh, that's hot. It smells like it's similar to like a cologne. I don't know how to explain it though. Like, think cologne and not, that's what it smells like. That's not what the game smells like, that's just what the room smells like. Okay. This is going to... what is this? Oh, let me rename this. Please? Oh, I guess because it's... Yeah, it's this. Good. Item... array? And it's just going to be an item widget. So every time I create one of these item widgets, we're going to add it to this array. And I'm going to need this for a very specific reason. Okay. Okay. Let me like take a moment here to focus on this. Because I do want to end the stream here shortly. Did I put the hyphen here? I did not. What? Oh, right. It's got to be 4. God, idiot. Okay, so first I want to do remove item. I'm hoping this works. Like, logically in my head, this should work, but something's going to go wrong. I just know it. Hold on. I will explain all this in a sec. I'm just trying to see if this will work. Okay. Toggle hit testable. Oh, that's okay. Nope. Toggle hit testable. There it is. Yeah, that's the correct one. So we are set hit testable to false. Here we are setting them back to true. Alright, what? Oh. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to take that reference, toggle. Okay. So this is what's happening here. So when I click on remove, there, nope. Oh, self. Idiot. When I click on one of these buttons, what's going to happen is it's going to trigger this, and it's going to set this menu, which is where the grid of inventory widgets are going, and it's going to set them all. Well, first it's going to remove the one that you clicked from this array of items. It's not actually deleting the item, it's just removing it from this array. So now this array has all of the item widgets in it except the one that you clicked on, and it's going to for each loop and trigger this, which should make it hold on. Is it the wrong one? I'm removing and making them all not hit testable. There we go. Flip it. So I'm making them not hit testable, which means that all of the other buttons are no longer clickable. All right. And then if you do the reverse, if you set them all to not clickable, hold on. So now I need to wait for this to switch back. Yeah, I gotta flip. Now I gotta make sure this is button. So basically I'm setting, it's not the right term for it because it can be confusing for other things, but like this is only something I'm gonna see internally in the code. Is button focus, the in focus, because focus can be you can confuse it for like is this widget fully focusable for controller purposes. Otherwise you can't, you know, control the menu properly, because if for whatever reason it's how the way that it works with the controller, if you can't get like the analog stick to move a mouse cursor around, which is actually kind of hard to do, but I've done it before, you have to use the D-pad, and the D-pad will change the focus. It'll switch it. So all of your buttons have to line up perfectly vertically or horizontally, or it cannot be triggered by, or cannot be selected by the controller. It's really weird. I don't know if other engines are like that, but on focus. Oh God, no. But yeah, it could confuse someone, but yeah, you know what? It'll be fine, because I'm the only one working on this. I highly doubt that this game would ever reach the point where I could hire other people to work on it. It's fine. It's fine. It shouldn't be confusing for me. Is button in focus? So I need to do this twice, basically. We're flipping this. If the button is in focus, we are not removing it. If it isn't in focus, we are removing it from that array in the inventory menu. So now we need to toggle this in focus. Oh, it's going in here basically. So it is in focus. Now we're switching it to false. If it isn't in focus, we're setting it to true. That's how that toggle works. Okay. In my head, the logic should all be in order. Hopefully the logic is correct. Okay. So see how I can highlight them all? That means that they're interactable. If I click on this one, they all cease to be interactable except the one. So what I will need to create is some kind of visual change that tells you this is the one that you clicked on. But it worked halfway. The other half is clicking it again, and all of them are not interactable. Fuck. Okay. Click again. Let me put this on the side here. So I can like see the code moving. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, oops. Something got toggled back incorrectly. So I'm just gonna click on... I'm gonna select the first one. I'm assuming it's this one. Okay, I think it flipped. Okay. So let's see. Okay, clicked on it. None of the other buttons are interactable. Good. Except for the one I clicked on. Click on it again. They are all interactable again. It worked. Perfect. Perfect. So that means I should be set to now add the... I closed it. You know what I meant. You know, I've shown it a bunch of times. But now when I have... the button in this focus mode where I can only interact with this, there's going to be little pop-ups somewhere. I have to figure out where I'm going to put it, but it's going to be weird putting it on top of this. That's why I want to have like a something to gray out everything, but I'll figure it out. Now there's going to be little buttons that I can place on here that are also focusable, and each one does a different action, which is basically all of the functions that I've worked on before for the items. So some will be consume, some will be read, and then some will be drop. I would love to get drop working, but right now, but it might take too much time. But this is a really good chunk of the work for the item widget and also the inventory. I honestly thought it would I would require to I would need to do all the work for this first, but I realized it's all very interconnected. All three of these are needed to be done kind of in tandem. Otherwise, you know, it's kind of hard to do. Like, because a lot of this requires transferring data from one blueprint to another, and then like on the lowest end of the hierarchy, we got to do an event for something above it in the hierarchy, which is here. And there might even be something somewhere down along the line where I need to like call a function here and trigger it here in the, the full inventory menu, because this is going to have it's got the switcher here. We're going to have multiple menus we're going to switch through using buttons. Think of it as like a tree, and this is like a tiny little branch. This is a bigger branch. This is a whole big ol' trunk. And then, well, this is the earth, because this is the player. The player is very vital here, because it's basically acting as like the hard drive to the inventory. Kind of. Alright. At least that's the start of it. I will continue working on this off stream. Maybe if I can get it done in time, next time I can start working on getting like the item drop menu set up, or not drop menu. What am I talking about? No, idiot. The next time I stream this, which will be in 2 weeks. Remember, these are every 2 weeks. I will get to actually working on those events, those functions for the items, but in your inventory, because I haven't actually done those yet. 2 of them should already be done, basically, because they're the ones that I used for this, for the item. It's consume and also read. I can read it and then I can consume it. It's the same code. It's just now I've got to actually make sure when I do that, it actually gets removed from this entirely. That's the only difference. And then the other one that I do need to set up from scratch is dropping, which is basically partially done by just removing it from the widget, but also physically spawning it, which is why we need to store not only the data, like the data for the item, which is like the name, the value, the item type, but also we need to store the physical data for its appearance, which is the mesh. So we need to be able to make sure that this, if I had the tooltip working for this, not tooltip, if the icon was accurate to what it actually is supposed to look like, you would drop it and it would physically look like the correct asset, that sort of thing. No, the problem with working with blueprints, you can't really like look at the C++ code. They're like if I double click on add to viewport, it says reading C++ symbols. I think I need to get some kind of some program to like open and show me the code, but that's not set up at the moment. I think you can. I just I don't have it set at the moment. Yeah, C++. I need to learn the C++ of this. And honestly, a lot of what I've done so far on stream isn't hard. The second time around, or the third time. A lot of what I'm going to be doing for this game, I've done to an extent in the last 4 or 5 years. But I'm redoing it for my own game. Because, why not? No, I'm not gonna stop working on this in Blueprints. This is the whole point of this. I made the decision months ago to do this in Blueprints because that's what I know. And I'm not gonna like suddenly pivot midway, or not midway, but like partway through. This would be a lot of work wasted if I don't do it the way I intended to do it. I want to learn I'm gonna learn C++ in Unreal. I gotta do that. Maybe since I don't, now that I have like this extra day off each week from streaming, I can take one of those days and learn some C++ in Unreal. All right, I'm gonna turn off the music. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. Let me close this and save it. That's a lot of work. I do not want to lose. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Earlier in the stream, I kind of did the whole spiel about like not spamming, leave a like and a comment and all that, and subscribing. So I will reiterate. I'm gonna try to avoid doing that from now on, a bunch of times. And only do it like at the beginning and the end. So since it's the end of the stream, please make sure to leave a like in the live stream. Subscribe if you haven't already. Apparently 75% of my viewers are not subscribed, which is very bizarre. But whatever. If you're a regular but aren't subscribed for whatever reason, please do subscribe. I will probably mention that at the top and at the bottom of every stream for the next week or so. And maybe even make a post about it. We'll see. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I think I said that already. Come by tomorrow for the Long Dark, and then also Saturday is the Long Dark as well. Friday, I'm continuing Grand Theft Auto 5. No, not 5. 4. And Sunday is always the casual stream. This week will be Slime Rancher 2. And then in 2 Wednesdays from now, so not next week, but the Wednesday after, I will be doing more of this game dev stuff. This is very fun and refreshing, and also I think it helps me get into the rhythm of not the rhythm, in the mood for doing more game development, because working on 2 different games at the same time is very helpful, because if I get burnt out on one, I can work on the other one a bit more. And doing this from scratch by myself, doing all the design doc stuff and everything, it is kind of, I don't know, exciting. But here's to hoping that I can keep the design doc up to date and actually reach the first milestone on time. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see. I will obviously adjust milestones. The moment that the first one is delayed, I will probably adjust the rest of them as well. Alright, I will see you tomorrow for the Long Dark, or more game dev on 2 Wednesdays from now. Alright.